All right, BX owners, we've hit that first major service milestone at 100 hours. I'm Kate Harrison. I brought in Taylor from Kubota to show us how to keep our tractors reliable for years to come and walk us through the maintenance. Sound good?
Sounds good to me, Kate.
Well, good. I'm glad you said that. So 100 hours service, what does this entail?
So the 100-hour service, we're going to cover 4 main topics. It's going to be a battery check and electrical system check, a fuel system check, air filter or air cleaner check, and then we're going to go over a few key adjustments that can be made along the way as well.
And we will walk through them one by one. Glasses on. Where are we starting?
So we're going to start with the foundation of the machine, Kate, and that's going to be right here at the battery.
Okay, so battery maintenance. When we pop off this cover, what are we looking for?
So the first thing we're going to do is make a visual check and physical check. And that's going to be a visual check for any corrosion on our terminals here.
So that white buildup I sometimes see, that's the corrosion you're talking about?
Exactly, Kate. So this corrosion that you can sometimes see can cause high resistance on the battery terminals and eventually lead to starting problems. So these actually look pretty good and clean, no corrosion. We have good tight connection on both. So next we're going to go to the voltage check with our multimeter. All right, Kate, so our connections are good and tight. We have no corrosion, so let's go ahead and check the voltage on this battery. So I'm gonna let you read that off to me once I get these.
Now 12.6 volts is what we're looking for, right?
Exactly, yep, 12.6 volts or something very close to it.
It's not close, Taylor.
So what do we got, Kate? 8.5. Yep, so 8.5, that is significantly low, and I would suspect that this machine will have some starting issues. So let's give it a try. Okay. Parking brake set. So we've got nothing there, Kate.
Your suspicions are spot on.
Exactly. So in some cases, you can have a somewhat weak battery and still receive some sort of clicking noise, which is actually coming from the starter solenoid. In this case, our battery is so far gone, we've got nothing.
Either way, though, is it time to replace?
It is time to replace, yes. So I'm going to make sure that parking brake is set. I'm going to pull the key, and then we'll move to replacing this battery. So first thing we got to do is pop these 2 wing nuts off, which is actually what's holding our battery in. Okay, so once we've got our battery retention out of the way, we can start by removing our battery terminals here. So we always want to start with the negative post first and remove that first, and then we'll move to the positive side. All right, so we've got our negative post removed, and I'll move to the positive side here.
And as you're taking the old battery out, talk about the importance of replacing it with a genuine Kubota battery.
Our genuine Kubota batteries are made to meet the specifications of the unit. So you do want to make sure we are using a Kubota genuine battery. Okay, so now that we've got both of our battery terminal posts removed, we need to get our retention bar out of the way so that we can remove the battery from there. So I'm going to grab the handle here and just lift and remove.
Does it feel pretty old?
It does. So here we're going to go in with our new Kubota battery here. Always want to make sure you have the post position on the same side that they came out on. So again, now we're going to go in reverse. We're going to install the positive cable first and get that connection good and tight, and then we'll move to the negative cable.
I love that the first step of the 100-hour maintenance is something simple you could do yourself at home.
Absolutely, you're 100% right there. And this, like I said in the beginning, this is the foundation of the machine. So. Okay, so we've got our terminal leads back on. We're going to now reinstall our retention bracket. Okay, so now we've got our battery nice and secure. We know we have good clean connections here. Let's go ahead and see if it'll start up now, Kate. So our parking brake is set, so we're good there. I'm in neutral. Let's see what we got.
There it is.
Just like that. Whew, I even broke a sweat there.
Well, let's move on to the air intake system. I know clean air is important, but how do I know when the filter actually needs attention?
Good question, Kate. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and I'll show you what to look for.
All right.
So we're gonna start, lean the grill guard up. And then this is very important because this is unique to the BX tractors. So this is gonna pull towards you, just like you were about to do.
Go down here.
There you go. And then pull the hood up, perfect. Okay, so here is our air cleaner housing. This is what houses our air filter. It's gonna be 2 clips, one at 12 o'clock, one at 6 o'clock. Go ahead and pop those 2 clips.
I've got this, Taylor.
All right. Okay, and I'll hold that for you. Yep, so there's our primary engine air filter there. What do you think?
Well, what's our first test to check?
Yep, so our first check is gonna be just a visual check and see if we see any dirt or debris plugged in between the pleats and the filter. The second thing we can do is what I like to call bump test, which is basically just tap it against the tire there, making sure not to damage the element itself. Perfect. So did we see much debris come out of there?
A little bit of dust.
Okay, so our third check is gonna be a light test. We're gonna hold it up to the light and see how much light we're seeing through the filter pleats.
I see a little light, but I'm gonna let the professional check this one out.
I do see a little light penetration here, but it's not as much as I would like to see. So our next step here would be to blow compressed air from the inside out of the filter, making sure to not exceed 30 PSI. And then that should get us clean and ready to go. Now, let's say that doesn't work.
Time for a brand new Kubota filter.
Absolutely, you nailed it, Kate. I just so happen to have one right here. I will let you do the honors.
Just like you knew we were doing this today. Now, as I put it in here, same steps, taking out the old one, except in reverse, right?
Absolutely, yep. And you wanna make sure you get a nice tight fit on the housing there. Absolutely, you nailed it. One other thing I'd like to note, this is called a dust valve or evacuator valve. Basically, any dust that enters this housing can settle here, and we wanna make sure that we open that valve up and let any of that dust out. Here you go. Perfect, just like that.
We're on to the next.
On to the next.
Next, we're checking the fuel system. I'm guessing contamination is the big concern here.
Exactly, Kate. So water and debris in the fuel system can lead to damage to the fuel injection system down the road.
So 2 filters on the BX. Where are they at?
Yep, so let's take a look at them. First, we're gonna start with this one in the back. I'm gonna have to kneel down to take a look at this one. It is located just before the fuel pump, and it does look like it needs to be replaced.
Well, I'm just gonna take your word for it on that one down there. Where's the one up here?
You got it. So the second fuel filter that we're gonna look at is located right there.
Oh, I see it.
Yep. And so that one actually looks almost exactly like the one under the machine. I do see debris in the element there, and it does look kind of cloudy. So we're gonna look at replacing both of these.
So how do we go about replacing them?
So for replacing these fuel filters, we recommend you contact your local Kubota dealer to do so they can proceed with replacing them for you.
All right, Taylor, I could handle that part then.
Perfect.
Finally, let's look at a few key adjustments. These sound more technical, Taylor, so what are we looking at?
Don't worry, Kate, they're not too bad.
Oh, good.
So the first one we're gonna look at is belt tension, and then we're gonna go into a couple other adjustments that include HST linkage adjustment and brake pedal free play.
Let's get to the belt tension.
Okay, so the belt tension, we're gonna wanna check right here directly under the alternator. So I'm gonna reach in and just check the deflection of the belt. So that seems a little loose to me. What we're looking for here is less than 1/3 inch of deflection, or around 1/3 inch of deflection.
And if it's more than that, time to tighten it up?
Absolutely, and so that's what we're gonna do next. So to start this process, all we have to do is loosen the bolt on the alternator bracket here. Holy moly.
How are we doing, Taylor?
That bolt was on there pretty tight, Kate. Okay, so now that I got this bolt good and loose, Kate, if you wanna run and grab me that pry bar that I left on the tire on the back of the machine there,
I can do that.
we'll go ahead and get this adjusted. So what we wanna do is just place this pry bar against the engine block and the alternator, pry outwards. And then once we get the tension where we like it, let me check the deflection.
Looking for about 1/3 an inch.
Exactly, so we're looking for about 1/3 inch. This feels pretty right to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this bolt back up while maintaining tension.
I'll take his word for it.
All right, so this tension looks good. My bolt's good and tight. We're done.
Let's talk about the importance of this. If you had a loose belt, what could that cause?
So this could cause charging problems as the belt does run the alternator, and cooling problems as it does turn the fan.
So you said there's 2 more key adjustments.
Exactly, Kate. So the next one we're gonna cover is the HST pedal neutral linkage adjustment. So for this one, the actual adjustment is going to be done by your Kubota dealer.
Okay.
And we'd recommend you contact your Kubota dealer for that adjustment. But one way to tell if you need the adjustment is with the machine in gear and the treadle pedal in neutral. If your machine tries to creep forward or reverse slightly, then you know it is time.
All right, sounds simple enough. Then what's the third?
So the third adjustment is going to be your brake pedal free play adjustment over here. So there is a spec in the operator's manual for this. And basically what we want to do is adjust the free play of the brake pedal to that spec if you don't feel your braking performance is where it needs to be.
It's our last item. That wraps up our 100-hour maintenance, right?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
I love it. What I appreciate about the BX is everything here, simple enough to do, and it's all about keeping your tractor running at its best, right?
Yes, you're exactly right. These simple maintenance items will give you the years of reliable service that you want out of this BX.
Well, thank you for walking us through it.
No problem, Kate. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and of course, always contact your local Kubota dealer for service or any maintenance questions, and make sure to look at your manual for the rest of the 100-hour maintenance service. And of course, get out there and get to work. Or if you're like Taylor, you can sit in your Kubota and have dinner in it, watch the sunset, polish it for 1,000 hours, stare at it, read it a story. You get the idea.